Let's roll our segues with
Alrighty.
Rocktober and this day in history and this day National Day calendar and whatever else we want to add to this segment.
Okay,
Now we'll associate something
start-
in the news with something else.
Again? Yeah, didn't you just have that?
No.
Okay, so
it's
this is
bad times.
1976. I just wanted to point out that this day in music, thanks to the lead singer of Green Day, is just named Billy Joe. I didn't know he went by Billy Joe at some point. I thought he was always Billy Joe Armstrong, but they just call him Billy Joe. There's lots of Billy Joes in the world. In 1976, on this day, Keith Moon played his last show with The Who, his last concert with the Who. He did play for three more videos. He died about 2 years later on September 17th, 1978. The Who wasn't touring, but they were recording an album called Who Are You? And did 3 videos. And then a few weeks later, Keith Moon left us September 17th, 1978, by ODing on a drug he was taking to quit alcohol. In 1972, on this day, Curtis Mayfield started a 4-week run on the U.S. album chart with the soundtrack to Superfly. Superfly. Yeah, Curtis Mayfield. Mr. Funky Curtis Mayfield. 1972, Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry had one #1 U.S. hit, and it was in 1972 with a song called My Ding-a-Ling. Yeah, that's distinguished a career in rock and roll, and his first and only U.S. #1 hit was a novelty song, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
1967. Yeah, a little bit, talking about his ding-a-ling. 1967, the Scottish singer Lulu started a 5-week #1 run at the U.S. singles chart with a theme from the film To Sir with Love. But Sidney Poitier's a black teacher who takes over the bunch of English school students. To Sir with Love was #1 for, what did it say, 5 weeks? A while. It was there for a while. 1965, waiting to improve on a previous recording session, the Beatles started this from scratch on a new song called Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown, recording in 3 takes. They also began working on another new John Lennon song called Nowhere Man. John Lennon just turning out some good songs this day in 1965. And our last little thing, Buddy Holly's last recording session took place this day in 1958 at the Pythian Temple Studios in New York City. The songs were recorded including Raining in My Heart, Moon Dreams, and It Doesn't Matter Anymore, which became a #1 hit. And it truly didn't matter anymore for Buddy Holly because he died in February the following year.
Ooh, you look just like Buddy Holly. Uh-oh.
It's a sad day. Yeah. Okay, and our this day in history, we're going back to 1797, USS Constitution, one of the first frigates. Frigate, built for the U.S. Navy, was launched in Boston. It became known as Old Ironsides after it carried U.S. sailors to victory over the British in a naval battle during the War of 1812. It's not made of iron, it's made of wood, still called Old Ironsides, because this hull would bounce, what do you call it, cannonballs that bounce off the hull. 1805, a fleet of 33 ships, 18 French and 15 Spanish, under Admiral Pierre Charles Jean-Baptiste Silvestre de Villeneuve, his name is really super long, fought and was defeated by the British fleet of 27 ships under Admiral Horatio Nelson in the Battle of Trafalgar. That's right. The combat was waged west of Cape Trafalgar in Spain. So the Spanish Armada losing to Mr. Horatio Nelson. In 1833, Swedish chemist, engineer, and industrialist Alfred Nobel, who invented dynamite, was born in Stockholm. This is why we reward the Nobel Prize right around his birthday. In other more powerful explosives, he also invented that. He also founded the Nobel Prizes. Was born in Stockholm. Happy birthday to Alfred Nobel. 1907, Franz Lehard's operetta The Merry Widow opened in New York City. Yay. 1940, American novelist Ernest Hemingway published his classic novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. It was later adapted into a acclaimed film. The Bell Tolls for Thee. 1959, the Guggenheim Museum designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, opened in New York City. George Costanza took credit for it on Seinfeld. That's ridiculous. 1960, John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon debated for the fourth and final time before a 1960 U.S. presidential election, the first series of televised debates. 1964, the American musical film My Fair Lady, starring Rich Harrison and Audrey Hepburn, had its world premiere and later won 8 Academy Awards, including that for Best Picture. My Fair Lady. 1966, a landslide of mining waste destroyed a school in the Welsh village of Aberfan, killing 144 people. I'm guessing they were mostly children. And let's not build a school near a mountain of mining waste, or alternately, not pile mining waste near a school. How about that, folks?
Yeah, let's not pile mining waste anywhere. How about you just get rid of it instead of being lazy and just, put it over there.
Hey, here's a special request before I pass on to my great reward. I would like humans, for once in this fucking history of the world, to do something that's actually right and not the most expedient thing for now. Right?
Yes.
Ooh, let's pile that shit over there. Who cares? We're making money. All right, back to the story. 2012, George McGovern passed away at the age of 90. American politician, liberal activist George McGovern was actually a war hero. They don't mention that here. Who ran against unsuccessfully as a reformist Democratic challenger in 72 presidential race against Richard Nixon, who is a criminal, a liar, a racist, about everything bad you can say about a person. So George McGovern, a good guy, a war hero, lost to Richard Nixon. I don't know if Nixon was a war hero or not. He probably just filed papers during the war. But Nixon was a terrible president. McGovern had no chance because, oh my God, we're brainwashing people into thinking the United States is never wrong. And that's basically what happened in the 70s. The government just ran roughshod over citizens, and we tried to get out of it. We never did, and ended up with Reagan. 2018, American actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who starred in such sitcoms as Seinfeld and Veep, was officially awarded the Kennedy Center's Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, the highest award in comedy. Congratulations to Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Our featured event at 1520, it was Magellan discovered a gateway to circumventing the globe. On this day in 1520, explorer Ferdinand Magellan and 3 Spanish ships entered the strait later named for him, sailing between the mainland of South America and the island Tierra del Fuego toward the Pacific Ocean. It's now called the Straits of Magellan because he said, hey, I think we can get a ship through there. Let's try it, boys. And they did it, except he said it in Spanish. Dizzy Gillespie birthday today, born October 21st. 1917 in Cheraw, South Carolina, died January 6, 1993 at the age of 75 in Englewood, New Jersey. A famous trumpet player. He had that trumpet that shot up in the air instead of straight out. Mm-hmm. He played that one. I don't know if this is called a different type of trumpet. That's the kind he played. Other birthdays today. Let's see. 1922, Lillian Bettencourt, French business executive. Ursula K. Le Guin, American author, born 1929. 1942, Judy Scheindlin, American jurist and television Judge Judy. We hate her. She's a Trumpster. 1949, another. Oh my God. It's Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday. He's turning, 49. 75. So 75. You ain't no spring chicken. 76, actually. You ain't no spring chicken anymore. And Kim Kardashian shares a birthday with Benjamin Netanyahu, American television personality and entrepreneur, famous for her butt. Born in 1980. So happy 45
famous
to
for her butt.
Kim Kardashian. Well, I'm just saying.
It's way more than that.
Okay, famous for dating everybody in the NBA. How's that?
No, she's famous for a sex tape. That's what she's famous for. That's all she's ever done.
And I only know about her from dating everybody in the NBA. And then marrying Kanye West and having a couple of kids. And then dating Pete Davidson. I don't know anything about sex tapes. I don't give a shit about that stuff. Sex tapes to me are just like, why do you make them? I'm just not. Anyway,
I'm just saying that's
I've
why
never
she's
understood
famous.
I've never understood the need to make a sex tape by anyone. So anyway, there's your day, there's your anniversaries, days in history, your days. It's National Apple Day, so bring one to your teacher
And your doctor?
or eat one to keep the doctor. No, well, no, you don't give one to your doctor. You eat one to keep the doctor away.
Oh, I thought you
The
give one
opposite.
to
You don't
him
wanna
as a
see your
bribe,
doctor.
and then
No, apple a day is healthy, right? It's natural sugar, right? Naturally, fiber, everything. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Not give the doctor an apple. That's for your teacher. You're not trying to bribe your doctor. You're already paying that asshole. You're going to bribe him. It's Back to the Future Day. This is the day in 2015, 10 years ago, where Marty McFly went to the future and Biff was running things. Unfortunately, that's the future we have now. National Witch Hazel Day. Witch hazel is that natural. It gets rid of your itches, your dry skin, whatever. National Pharmacy Technician Day. I don't know the difference between a pharmacy technician and a pharmacist. I have no idea why there's such a thing that even exists that isn't a pharmacist. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. It's National Reptile
it's like
Awareness
vet techs
Day.
and veterinarians. Just
it seems like a stepping stone to becoming a pharmacist, right?
yeah, same dentist assistant, same thing.
And somebody tried to ruin cheesecake by putting pumpkins in it, so it's National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. I don't know if it ruins pumpkins, but I'm going. I don't think anything can ruin cheesecake, but I'll reserve my vote on that for now. It's Pro-Life Day of Silent Solidarity. Again, pro-lifers are the silliest people on earth, and we did this before. Most states that ban abortion also have the death penalty, so calling themselves pro-life are just a lie. You're not pro-life. You're anti-woman, okay? Pro-life equals anti-woman. Basically, end of story. That's it. You have no choice what you do with your own body. Sorry for your luck. That's what the pro-life position is. Oh, by the way, we're not pro-life because we kill doctors who perform abortions. So we're not pro-life. Plus, we definitely favor the death penalty for humans. So you're not pro-life. Stop saying that. You're anti-woman. So I'm not going to ever use that word pro-life in a positive light because it's always, oh, we're trying to tell you how to live. That's all it is. Those are your days, your mispronunciations, a bunch of haikus, a bunch of non sequiturs, and alliteration and lines for October 21st, 2025. On before apples, and
Crunchy
hopefully before
and pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin cheesecake day, like pumpkin pie.
This reminds me, witch hazel, really great.
Yeah.
Really great in discovery by humanity. It's used for a lot of things, has a lot of over-the-counter and cosmetic things, and of course, hemorrhoid treatment. Nobody likes a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, that's right.
So put some witch hazel up there and move on with your life, I guess.
And if you got an annoying neighbor, put some on him. He's probably a hemorrhoid too.
Yeah, I mean, it does reduce irritation. So bug bites,
There you
razor
go.
burn, cuts and scrapes. Your annoying neighbor.
Spray it on everything.
Yeah,
Just
get
spray
away
it on
from me.
everything.
And
Get
perfect
out of
for
here, you-
October, Spooktober here, some witch hazel. But yes,
Right
that
on.
has been today's days. I hope you days, good news. I hope you've been inspired and rekindled your hope in humanity. It's no UN observation today, so you're free from observing anything. You can just, I don't know, not go look at the sky. Go after midnight. Go out there and watch the meteor shower. It's until November 7th, so go look at the sky. That's what my homework is for today.
Put some hot rocks in the sky.
We'll see you tomorrow for Wacky and Weird Wednesday, in which we'll cover all the wacky and weird news that we have going on this week and tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe or follow us on Twitch. Turn that bell on so you get notified when we go live or post a video. And also, if you would like to support us monetarily, you can support us for as little as $1 a month on Patreon. We thank all our Patreons on Patreon.